entire war, the biggest economic loser. You might expect me to say Iran. Iran is being devastated militarily. Its infrastructure is being destroyed. Its economy is collapsing. Surely Iran is the biggest economic loser, but actually no. Economic loser, but actually no. The biggest economic loser of this war is the GCC, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Bahrain. These are the nations that will suffer most economically from this war, regardless of how it ends. And here is why. The GCC nations, Dubai, Riyadh, Doha, built themselves on a mirage. Think about what the GCC actually is geographically. It is a desert, a vast, hot, waterless desert with almost no agriculture, almost no fresh water, and almost no capacity to sustain a large population on its own. Under normal circumstances, this desert could support a small population living very simply. That is it. But then came the petrodollar and American military protection. And suddenly these desert nations had access to almost unlimited financial resources. They could build desalination plants to create fresh water from the sea. They could build air-conditioned cities in the middle of the desert. They could import millions of workers from South Asia and Southeast Asia. They could build airports and shopping malls and financial centers. They could create the appearance, the very convincing appearance of modern, prosperous, cosmopolitan nations. Dubai became known as the future New York, the financial capital of the Middle East, a safe cosmopolitan tax haven where wealthy people from around the world could live and invest. Billions of dollars flowed in. Millions of wealthy residents arrived. The mirage looked absolutely real. But here is the truth about mirages. They are built on an illusion. And once the illusion is shattered, once the conditions that created it disappear, the mirage evaporates. And you can never, ever rebuild a mirage once it has been seen through. That is what this war is doing to the GCC. A few drone strikes on hotels in Dubai, some missile attacks on oil facilities in Saudi Arabia, and suddenly the entire illusion of safety, stability, and invincibility that the GCC spent decades and trillions of dollars constructing is gone. Wealthy people who move to Dubai for safety are looking at each other and asking, is this really safe? Investors who put their money into Gulf real estate and financial markets are asking, is this really stable? The answer that this war is giving them, the answer they're arriving at is no. And once wealthy people and investors arrive at that answer, they leave. And they do not come back. The idea of Dubai as the future New York, as a safe cosmopolitan financial capital that competes with London and Singapore, that idea is gone. The mirage has evaporated. And regardless of how this war ends, regardless of whether a ceasefire is reached tomorrow or in 5 years, the GCC will never fully recover the image and the confidence that this war has destroyed. So let us bring everything together. Southeast Asia is already running out of fuel right now, fuel rationing, grounded flights, workers forced to stay home. China, despite its apparent strength, is the economy least prepared to adapt to a world of expensive energy. Its entire economic model is being destroyed. America, with its vast Western Hemisphere resources, is best positioned to survive and adapt. But its $39 trillion debt and petrodollar dependence are serious risks. Africa faces the most humanitarian danger.